What's up guys, this is Meek and I'm here with a tip and tutorial video for Genesis. Shout out to Young Generation for inspiring me to make this video. Thanks for the support. As the gameplay that you see in the background is nothing serious, so don't really, try to imitate what I'm doing in this video in the background because I'm just playing with randoms. I'm just kind of going wherever they need me to go, so no communications going on, so you're gonna see some dumb plays, some really dumb plays in here. But all right, let's get right into the video. These tips aren't in any particular order, they're all important, but we're gonna start off with the team comp. Okay, team comp. I would say the three important characters or positions that you need is a tank, a marksman, and a support. Those three are the three important, the key team comp positions that you're gonna need to fill in. Anyone else like an assassin or jungle, your jungler could be a warrior or an assassin or whatever the case may be. So those are like kind of up to preference, I would like to say. But the three main positions for sure, it's tank, marksman, and support. You got to make sure you have those. If you don't, you're probably gonna lose if the other team does. Um, Next, I want to talk about last hits. Last hits, you guys will see when you're hitting the minions, when their health goes from a red bar to a yellow bar, like this goldish bar, that's a last hit. Make sure you get those. When you get those, it gives you, extra coins, helps you level up, helps you get your items, get more coins to get items in the shop. So always make sure, especially if you're a marksman, make sure the last hit. Now if you're playing support and you're in a dual lane with the marksman, let him get those last hits. You want your marksman to get as powerful as possible, as quick as possible, so you can run through those other teams. So make sure you let the marksman get the last hits if you're sharing a lane. Now, if you're pushing to get a tower because you wiped them or whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter who gets the last hits, just destroy the minions to get the tower. But if you're laning, make sure the marksman gets the last hits if you're playing support. If not, make sure you get the last hits. Next thing, movement. Now, movement in this game is very important. I believe there's a card that gives you that lets you teleport a certain amount of meters ahead. That's important. You could get that, or the movement cards in the back with all the shoes, the boots, and stuff like that. That's important. You're gonna want to equip one of those. Your abilities that give you movement, those are important. Um, Helps with faster rotations, chasing down anyone trying to run away, or help you escape, all those things, etc. You're gonna want movement. Movement is very important. It can really win or lose you games. Next, I want to talk about rotations, map awareness, and patience. Now, I'm trying to make this, video as clear but as quick as possible, so I'm trying to run through these. But rotations, right? Rotating. This is probably one of the most complex, or what differentiates a good player from an okay player and a bad player, right? So rotations. You want to rotate when either they're rotating or you need to help somebody. If I'm in a lane by myself and I'm getting double teamed, right? I got two people in my lane and I'm clearly losing. You guys can see that I'm clearly losing. Y'all need to rotate. If they're trying to blackball me, which, in case you guys don't know, blackball is when the whole team is trying to push one tower. So let's say all five characters, all their whole team is in mid, trying to push that one person who's defending mid and trying to take that tower. That's blackballing. If you see that, you need to rotate with your team. Your whole team needs to rotate. You can rotate after You push, let's say you push your minions and your minions are about to go into their tower, but you know it's not safe to be there. You can rotate to either flank someone in whatever other lane and help out that person and possibly get a kill, or you can help them push their minions. Um, so that has to do with rotation, but also getting the the river buffs is what I like to call them. The little square things that give you buffs, or like I said, helping out teammate more importantly. If you're a jungler, rotating, your main thing is to help the lanes that are getting pushed hard and help them get kills, basically. So flanking the person to help get kills, etc., etc. That's that's your raw as a jungler. But rotation is gonna come up more. So it's kind of hard to explain, but kind of like not that complicated to know when you need to rotate. But you really gotta pay attention. That's where it leads to map awareness. Map aware, you need to be aware of that map. If you're just sitting in a lane, because on Genesis, once you press the X button, it will automatically keep going. You don't have, like, once you attack, basic attack, it will automatically keep going. You don't got to keep pressing it. So if you're just sitting in lane and you're just killing minions, you don't need to stare at that lane specifically. You can look on the mini map while you're hitting those minions to make sure you pay attention to everything that's going on. Any rotations that are happening, maybe someone's trying to flank you, etc. You need to make sure you're being aware. You need to pay attention to the map. Like, that's the most important thing. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on the map. You need to know where people's health is at, where people are at, where your teammates are at, where your teammates' health is at. Like, if they need help, you need to pay attention to that map heavily. That is probably the most important. Even though these are all important, that's probably one of the most important things you got to pay attention to is map awareness. And then the third thing for this little trio, patience. You got to be patient, guys. I know a lot of people on this game quit and all that stuff, and I can't tell you how many times me playing with my friend Derek. If you guys watch my Apex videos, you guys know who that is. I can't tell you how many times, because we usually play duos. I can't tell you how many times where we've came back in a game where all our top tier towers, all three of them on top tier, were broken and we're down and we're losing, clearly losing. But just playing smart and being patient, we knew we could come back at endgame. We knew we could come back during endgame. Beginning and middle game are important, but endgame is the most important. You can still win even if you're losing pretty badly. You could always, if someone on your team isn't sitting there like literally trying to feed them, or someone else quits or whatever the case may be, you can come back pretty easily. Now I know people respawn real quick, but during in game you will have a lot of health. You have more health, you have more damage, etc. So you can clear minions faster and destroy towers faster, and stuff like that. So if you team wipe them, let's say it's a whole team fight and you team wipe them, you can easily push and get a victory in that one team wipe. It's very possible. So patience, don't try to be a hero is what we like to call it, and what people call it in sports and etc. Don't try to be a hero and do too much. Be patient and play smart. Play smart throughout the game, and it's going to be hard for you to lose. The last thing I have on here to explain for you guys is when to commit, when to fall back, and overcommitting. Or, when to commit, when to overcommit, when to fall back, right? When to commit. Now, one, like I said, if you team wipe them, commit. Now, if you wipe 4 and there's one dude who's trying to run away or whatever the case may be, and there's one dude guarding that tower, overcommit. Destroy him, destroy that tower. He cannot stop all of you, and he's not going to be able to do it. Poke him a little bit, then get your tank to dive into that tower and you guys destroy him. That's when you overcommit. Now, if you outnumber them, that's when you overcommit. If you do not outnumber them, if it's even, or obviously if you're down one, you need to play patient, either fall back or just relax. You know, just keep it at a slow pace until someone can rotate over there with you. Now committing to like towers, I would say you commit to that tower if one or two things. If you know if that tower is low and is very low on health, and you know you can destroy in like 3 hits, but you also know they're rotating to you, sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes just destroy that tower, you know, take the death, you know, try to survive, but if you die, then, you know, you'll be back up in a few seconds and can teleport over to defend your tower. So that, I would sacrifice it for that, to take out a tower. But now, if you're pushing, let's say, because this, I'm sure you guys have seen this a lot. If your whole team is all the way on the right, and they're fighting the other team, but you're pushing on the left, and you're trying to take, like, push all the way to that 3rd tier tower, and you're trying to take that 3rd tier tower, so you're just pushing while that whole team is distracting them. You need to pay attention on how many people on the enemy team is on that right side against that other team, because if they're down numbers, your teammates should win that fight and you should be good to go. But if your team's down numbers, if they have more people over there than you do over there, and they all stay over there, then go ahead and push. Go ahead and push. Go ahead and push. If you die, it's cool. Now, if your whole team dies, if they go over there and their whole team dies, you need to fall back, because they are rotating and there's teleporting in this game, so they can easily get over there. But you need to fall back, because you dying is just going to risk the whole game. So you need to fall back. If your whole team wipes over there, you need to fall back. But if they're good, and if they're stalling them good, you probably could sacrifice yourself to get that tower. Now, once you do get that one tower, you need to fall back. Keep pushing it too far, you're definitely going to die and get flanked on and double teamed or whatever the case may be. So I would just say, basically, in a way, it's a numbers game. If it's a numbers and health game, right? That makes sense. And also pay attention to what happens throughout the game. Because if, let's say, Nameless, right? Let's say Nameless already got like 10 kills and he's just beating everybody, right? You don't want a one-on-one Nameless. Don't do that. If you see him coming for you, you need to fall back. Do not one-on-one him. You need to either double team him or triple team him. But every time you see him, don't try to be a hero and try to one-on-one him. Don't do it. Fall back. Stay alive. Fight another day, or fight until the time that you catch up to where he's at. That's very important. Do not overcommit. If you see a guy, please, I'm praying to you guys. If you see a guy destroying your team right now, he is literally him. Just destroy. Every time you see the feed, he's killing somebody. Do not one-on-one him. Let it go. Slow down. Your whole team needs to slow down and stop giving him kills. Stop feeding him. And either double team him or triple team him. The only time you fight him is if it's a whole team fight. If it's a group, it's a team fight. All right. I hope that was like clear for you guys, straight to the point and makes sense. If not, leave any questions you may have down in the comments below. If there's enough extra questions, I'll make another video explaining each, answering each question. But if it's just a few, I'll reply to you in the comments. So yeah, comment down below if you have any questions. Comment down below on if you enjoyed this video, if there's something I could do to improve on any of these videos. Leave a like if you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, don't forget to share and subscribe for more Genesis gameplay, tips, etc. See you guys in the next one.